long was Kagome in the feudal era? Here, I will calculate how long Kagome was in the feudal era. Kagome's birthday, I calculated, ended up being April 30th, 1981. April 30th, 1996 will be the base start for the series. 1996 is the correct translation from the Japanese version of the manga, so that is the year that I will use. For the feudal era, I will use 1496 as it was stated in the manga that she travels 500 years back in time. In the manga opening, it is stated InuYasha takes place between 1482 and 1558. Since there's so much inconsistencies from real-life history when compared to InuYasha, I will only be using the fictional stated date because it is a world of Rumiko Takahashi's creation that is simply inspired by some of our real-life history. That doesn't mean it will be exactly the same as text document non-fictional history, so here I will be using that. Overall, it won't change the amount of time the journey was. They even used a different calendar back then. Even then, in Sengoku era, that means Kagome started her journey on this date, 1496-03-08, Utsumetsu 8th Yayoi 1496. I apologize if I said that wrong. But if we wanted to try to make it historically accurate, she would have had to start her journey around the years 1540s and 1550s. Again, I will just be simply using 1496 for the sake of official fictional mentions. In Volume 1, the night before Kagome shatters the jewel and goes back to her era, Kagome says it's been 2 days. The next day, when she returns, making it the 3rd day, Gramps confirms this in the anime episode 3 and says, "You were missing for 3 full days." Kagome takes a bath, lays in bed, says, "But it was only a few hours ago I was there," making it the same 3rd day. When we reach Volume 2 after Yura's death, it is the next day. We are on day 4 now. After Sesshomaru is defeated, they get gifts from the villagers, ending Volume 2. On Volume 3, we find out they left right after getting gifts to find the Shikon shards. 3 days since they left the village, making this day 7. In chapter Tsukumo no Gama, night passes on to day 8. Next chapter, Mask of Flesh, it's day 9. Kagome spends another day in the modern era, it's day 10. Day 11 is another school day for her, on to day 12, another school day, until the No Mask is defeated on day 13 through midnight to morning. She's very tired for staying up because of it during school. Chapter Foxfire to the end of With Only a Scabbard passes around 2 days. It's day 15, then chapter A Little Imp, we have a time skip of a month due to changing in school uniform. That makes it June, and that from April 30th to June 1st, it has been 32 days in her journey and 2 months at school. It becomes a new moon in June. According to pre-recorded moon phases, a new moon in June is on the 11th of 1496. But here we can stop. InuYasha turns human 9 times in total. Episode 13, Episode 44, Episode 57 to 58, Episode 66 to 67, the second InuYasha movie, Episode 162, Manga Chapter 362, Chapter 412, and Episode 12 of the final act. From June 11th, InuYasha turns human 8 more times, landing the last transformation we see on February 2nd. That means that from April 30th to February 2nd, their journey has been 9 months and 3 days. Episode 12 of the final act, which is ironic because episode 10 to 17 of the final act's ending is Diamond, which is winter themed, and this is when Kagome is seen wearing her scarf. That alone blew me away how it landed on the winter themes of the series. From here on out, we can continue calculations backtracking onto my previous post regarding Kagome's birthday in Japanese school terms. In chapter 530, Kagome graduates from junior high, making it March 31st. A day later passes and the battle against Naraku starts. Kagome is then stuck in darkness for 3 days, meaning it's April 4th, 1997. She is still 15 here, but about to turn 16. It also means that Kagome has been missing a few days of high school. This can also be confirmed while she was dreaming that she was in high school until it shows the reality of what was truly happening. Her friends say, "Miss Higurashi, what's happened to Kagome? Where is she? She worked so hard to pass her exams, but she hasn't come to a single day of high school." We can say Kagome was in the feudal era for 11 months and 5 days. She's in the modern era for 3 years, then she returns right after she finishes high school. She is 18 now after the 12th grade, last year of high school. That means she returns back to the feudal era March 31st, the day she graduates, the year 2000. When she returns, it has been 3 years, 11 months, and 1 day from the beginning of April 30th, 1996. So she returns March 31st, 2000, and in the feudal era 1500 02 22 Taian 22nd, Kisaragi 1500. In chapter since then, it is 6 months later, it has been 4 years and 5 months. September 30th, 1500, or 1500 08 27, Butsumetsu 27th, Hazuki 1500. Of course, there is a day after Root Head's defeat in that chapter, making it October 1st. When you think about it, YASHAHIME starts airing October 3rd. Now, isn't that ironic? I hope that didn't give you too much of a headache. If you like this, please make sure to share this and subscribe.